You know, thank you so much for coming by to help me study tonight. I don't know what I would do without you. These questions are quite all difficult. Maybe I should have, spent more time, paying attention in class instead of doodling all the time. But thank you so much. I honestly didn't know what I was gonna do if you said you didn't want to drop by. It's been quite a while since we've been able to hang out like this too. Ever since we met in that library so long ago, we've become so close. And look, I'm sorry I didn't, invite you over sooner. It's just been, it's been busy, and I guess tonight's the only real night that my roommate's been out. They're out partying or something too. They're lucky. Although I don't really much like partying either. I think I'd still rather be partying instead of stuck in my room studying by myself. But hey, you're here with me, and you know what? That means it's kind of like a party anyway. Why am I writing under the table? I like to hold my notebook in my lap is all. Hey, you know what? I think that's enough studying for now. Yeah, I've had enough for today. We've been at it for, oh my goodness, it's 11:30 already. Yeah, we've been at it for quite a while today, and I don't think I have it in me to take any more notes on the history of the Incan Empire or anything like that. It's already much too late for that. It's really coming down out there. You didn't walk here, did you? Oh, you got a ride? Okay, that's good. I was going to feel really guilty if you had to walk here in that weather, especially since you noticed you didn't even bring an umbrella in. Hey, look, it's really late, and it's raining really hard out there. How about you, why don't you stay the night? Yeah, it's like a thunderstorm out there. I'm not gonna make you walk all the way back in that weather. That's ridiculous. Especially not this late. Yeah, why don't you stay the night here? We can we can play some games or watch some movies. Maybe curl up on the couch with a novel or something, and we can read it together, get all comfy and close. Actually, on second thought, maybe not. I think I've had enough reading for today. It's such a shame. Before university, I used to read a lot. I used to read a lot of novels. It's got looks like a bunch of books. I've got a bookshelf in this apartment with just novels from when I was young. I read a lot of fiction. A lot of, Discworld, stuff like that. But ever since university started, I've just been reading a lot less. I guess since every day the professors are always assigning read pages 7 to 24, read pages 48 to 59, read the entirety of chapter 11. I've just been I've just kind of stopped reading novels as much. Yeah, it's hard to justify reading so many novels when you have all these assignments and all these textbook readings that you gotta do instead. For sure. So yeah, what would you like to do then? We can play some games, we can watch a movie, The TV behind me is it's a smart TV, so it does connect to the internet. That means it has Netflix. You know, we could chill with some like Netflix, watch some movies on there. What sort of movies do you tend to like? I watch anything that people recommend me most of the time. I'm not super picky, but at the same time, like when I do find like a movie that I really like, then like, you'll know about it. And I'll be like, hey, I'll be telling you that we need to go see it. So like some examples of stuff that I tend to like is historical dramas, historical like almost like propaganda films at that point, because like stuff like Saving Private Ryan or like Pearl Harbor or you know, whatever whatever historical documentary, World War II film, anything like that. That's stuff I will eat right up. I like reading. I like reading, and I like watching, you know, films about, you know, history, um, historical things. Because it's good to learn about, and like history specifically. It's like your planet has such a rich backstory that I want to know more about it. Like I'm sure like you know a ton about it because you grew up here on Earth. But like if for an Avali like me, I'm like it's all so fresh and interesting to me. It's all new and fresh and interesting. As for like movies that I absolutely will not watch, I despise horror films. You will not catch me watching any sort of horror film. Um, I just don't do well with it. I don't do well with horror films. I'm you know, I'm a skittish little Avali. It, it's just not for me. Like if I, like what I absolutely hate the most are like horror films with lots of like jump scares in them. Because like for me, but particularly, it really triggers that flight or fight like response, and like all of the time I'm going to pick flight because well I'm a bird. But yeah, like I will. If there's like a jump scare, you're gonna find me like launching myself back over the couch and like hiding behind it pretty much. It's always just like really unnerving to me too, horror films. I know like people enjoy them a lot, which is why they keep making them, but I could never quite get into them myself. I'd always, when I watch like a movie, I want it to have a happy ending. I want to come out of it going like, oh, that feels good. The good guys won, or you know, like it came to a happy resolution. Everybody's happy. The you know, nothing bad happened to anybody, and like for that reason, I tend towards. Maybe that's another reason why I like historical dramas and historical fictions, because you already know what's gonna happen. There's no nasty surprises. Yeah, I also like comedies, romantic comedies particularly. Those are also one of those where nothing scary ever happens. I know, comedies are considered like the worst form of movie or whatever. Hey, it's what I like. But yeah, again, I will watch, you know, whatever people recommend. So whatever you want to see is fine. We can take a look, you know, through Netflix or through my like Blu-ray collection. Although I'm not sure if I actually have a Blu-ray player set up in this flat yet. Sorry, I just moved here pretty recently as well. For the new school semester. Before that, I went back to Avalon and, you know, spent the summer there, where it's not blisteringly hot, and Avali are actually able to, you know, comfortably live Yeah, that storm really isn't letting up at all. So how about it? You wanna pick a film? You wanna pick like a game that we can play? I do have board games. I have board games. Well, there's that guy there, but that little figurine's not really part of a board game or anything. If you're wondering about it, that's an art mannequin figure thing. It's for like anatomy's sake and like proportions. For me, it's particularly useful because it's got the plantigrade legs. I do a bit of drawing, and as you know, Avali are digitigrade, so we're not really, used to looking at plantigrade type legs. So that's like kind of my frame of reference if I'm ever drawing anything with plantigrade legs. But yeah, I'm glad you're here. It was a wonderful time studying with you, but so now it's a good time to relax, I guess. Why don't we boot up the old television and we can pick out a film or something, and we can curl up on the couch and I'll make us a cup of tea. It's a bit too late for my go-to English breakfast, but we'll get some chamomile or jasmine, something to unwind after the long day. Does that sound good? All right, well, let's get going.